Hey there, today I'm going to be showing you 5 new dinner ideas, and these are not just your average dinners. These are dinners that you could use this amazing shortcut ingredient in, a rotisserie chicken. So these dinners are going to be extra easy and your entire family will love them. I hope you enjoy it, and let's go get started. To kick us off today, we are making this one-pan chicken broccoli Alfredo lasagna. So I have my rotisserie chicken right here, of course, and I'm just pulling off about 3 cups of that rotisserie chicken. I do want to let you know, if you don't want to use a rotisserie chicken for these recipes today, you could always boil up chicken and shred it from there, either in a pot or in the Instant Pot, or you could cook cubed chicken up for these recipes. So I just wanted to let you know. Anyways, after I finished with that chicken, over to the pan on my stove, I added about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Once the oil was hot, I added in a tablespoon of minced garlic. I gave that a stir until the garlic was fragrant and only took about 20 seconds. Now I'm going to go ahead and add in our 2.5 cups of chicken broth along with 1.5 cups of heavy cream. For the seasonings, toss in a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of pepper, and a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. Now I have my lasagna noodles right here. I'm using about 10 of them, and I broke them into smaller bite-sized pieces just like this. And then you are also going to add in the cooked rotisserie chicken. Give this a stir and let this simmer on your stove for about 15 minutes. You do want to stir it frequently just so the noodles don't stick. Now add in your 12-ounce bag of frozen broccoli florets. The broccoli is optional, of course. I let this continue to simmer for an additional 5 to 6 minutes, and once the noodles were nice and tender and the broccoli was tender, it was cooked through, so I added in my cup of shredded mozzarella cheese. I let the cheese melt down, and then it was time to serve it up. I absolutely love the simplicity of this one-pan Alfredo lasagna just because it's really easy to throw together. Also, you don't need to serve it with any side dishes just because you have that broccoli in there for a veggie. It's just an amazing meal. Now we're getting started on this zucchini chicken stuffing bake, and some people have mentioned that they don't care for using canned cream of soups in recipes, so I really wanted to show you the substitute that you could use instead of using canned cream of soups. You could do this for any of my recipes. To the pan on my stove, I melted down 3 tablespoons of butter, then I added in 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. Once the flour was a nice golden color, I slowly added in 3/4 cup of chicken broth. I did whisk it while adding it in just to ensure that it didn't become clumpy. Now I'm going to pour in my 1/2 cup of milk and whisk it well. For the seasonings, I tossed in 1/2 teaspoon of salt and pepper, and you could always add in 1/4 cup of water at a time just until this gets to your desired consistency if this is a little bit too thick for you. I set this to the side. We're going to work on our veggies now. I'm cutting my 2 zucchinis into smaller pieces as well as my 1 onion. I set our veggies to the side. We're going to start on our stuffing mixture now. So I have my 1 6-ounce box of stovetop stuffing right here. I added that box into my bowl. Then I added 4 tablespoons of melted butter, and I gave this a good stir to coat the stuffing in the butter. I'm removing about 3/4 cup of this stuffing, and I'm setting it to the side. We're going to be using this for the top of our casserole. Now I have my replacement to the cream of soup right here. I just added it in, or of course you could add a can of cream of mushroom or chicken soup. Anyways, then I added in 3 cups of shredded rotisserie chicken along with the zucchini and the onion that we cut up earlier. Next, add in 1/2 cup of sour cream along with a dash of pepper and salt. Give this a really good stir. I have my 9x13 baking dish right here. I made sure to spray it with plenty of nonstick spray. Then I added that casserole right in there. I spread it out as even as possible, and then over the top of the casserole, of course, you will sprinkle the reserved stuffing mixture over it. This will bake in a preheated oven to 350 degrees for about 35 to 45 minutes or until the top is golden brown. Here's my plate of dinner, and all I could say about this one is, oh boy, I could serve this to my family every single week and we would not get tired of it. It's seriously that good. It definitely reminds us of Thanksgiving. And then I served it alongside of a side salad with romaine lettuce and spinach, fresh broccoli, cherry tomatoes, dried cranberries, and a little bit of ranch dressing. Now we're making this teriyaki chicken with rice and vegetables. To begin, we are going to cook up our rice. I like doing it in the Instant Pot just because it is so easy to make it like that and it comes out perfect. So to my Instant Pot, I added 2 cups of rinsed jasmine rice, or you could use regular white rice. With 2 cups of water and a tablespoon of olive oil, I put the lid on top, set it to sealing, and I pressed the rice button. That is really all you have to do. While that's cooking away, we are going to start on our veggies. I cut up 1 red bell pepper. Next, I cut up a zucchini, 2 carrots, and 1 head of broccoli. If you don't care for any of these specific veggies, you could always make this your own and add in any veggies that you love. I brought our veggies over to my large Dutch oven with a tablespoon of hot olive oil in there. I just added those veggies in and I sauteed them around for about 5 to 6 minutes or until they were soft. As you probably saw, once our veggies were good and soft, I added in our cooked rice. Next, you're going to toss in a tablespoon of minced garlic and ginger. If you don't know yet, this is the ginger that I love using. It comes in this squeeze bottle. I just like it so you don't have to let a whole head of ginger go to waste every time you use it. It's just simple like that. But after I gave this a really good stir, I added in our 1/2 cup of chicken broth. Next, you are going to add in 1 cup of teriyaki sauce. This is the brand that my family has been enjoying recently. I gave this a stir and then I added in our 3 cups of shredded rotisserie chicken. I let this simmer on my stove for about 5 minutes. I did stir it occasionally. I know this is probably a really bold statement, but this has to be my all-time favorite teriyaki chicken with rice. It just has so much great bold flavor, so many delicious vegetables. This one's amazing. Now we're making this Salsa Verde casserole, and this one is lower carb, so it's extra amazing. To this big bowl, I added 3/4 cup of Salsa Verde salsa. Next, you'll add in about 2 tablespoons of taco seasoning, followed by a 4-ounce can of diced green chilies. These green chilies are not spicy, they just add quite a bit of delicious flavor. Then go ahead and add in 2 cups of cottage cheese and give this a stir. After everything is well combined, you are going to add in your 3 cups of shredded rotisserie chicken. Then lastly, add in a 1/2 cup of shredded Mexican style cheese and give this one last stir. I have my large casserole dish right here. I'm spraying it with nonstick spray. Then you are going to pour that casserole right in there and spread it out as even as possible. Top it with an additional cup of Mexican style cheese. Then this will bake in a preheated oven to 375 degrees for about 22 to 25 minutes. You might be skeptical about this one because it has that cottage cheese in it, but trust me, I'm sure you will love it just like we do. We actually like eating this with tortilla chips on the side, but I didn't have any tortilla chips on hand on that day, unfortunately. I topped mine with guacamole, sour cream, tomatoes, and lime. I haven't made lemon spaghetti in so long, so now we're making this lemon chicken spaghetti. To my pot of boiling water, I added in 10 ounces of spaghetti noodles. I cooked those according to the box instructions. Over to the pan on my stove, I melted down 2 tablespoons of butter. I added in a tablespoon of flour and I whisked this around until the flour no longer looked white. Now I'm going to add in our tablespoon of minced garlic. Just whisk it until it's fragrant fragrant. As you probably know by now, it only takes about 20 seconds for it to become fragrant. Then add in 2/3 cup of chicken broth, whisk this well. Now you're going to add in the juice from 1 lemon. If you don't care for lemon juice, you don't have to add that in. Then add in a cup of heavy cream along with 3 cups of shredded rotisserie chicken. You are going to stir this all together. Now add in your 1/3 cup of Parmesan cheese along with a 1/2 teaspoon of pepper and a teaspoon of salt. Stir this all together so the cheese melts down. To thin out the sauce a little bit, I like to add in 1/3 cup of the water that the pasta was boiling in, so I just reserve that to the side. I give this a stir, and as you see, it does thin out the sauce magically. Now I'm adding in the drained spaghetti, and I am going to stir this all together and just incorporate it in. Then it is time to serve it up. This has the perfect amount of lemon flavor in it. It is not overpowering at all. This really is a wonderful recipe to make, especially during these hot months in the summertime. I have plenty more videos like this on my channel, so make sure you subscribe down below the video so you don't miss any more in the future. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.